And developing tonight, the Marion County Election Board may rent the Convention Center or Bankers Life Fieldhouse for the upcoming general election.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. The board is preparing for a crush of mail-in ballots, and they need help. IT-Mate's Richard Essex working the story for us tonight. He's live in downtown with the very latest. Richard.
Well, to accommodate social distancing and the huge turnout that's expected for the general election that is just 80 days away, Marion County voters could be casting their votes here at the Convention Center. And the Marion County Election Board is also preparing for a crush of mail-in ballots.
The phone in the Marion County Clerk's office doesn't stop ringing. The demand for absentee ballots is ramping up early.
And then we'll mail you a ballot next month.
So far, the office has received 15,000 requests for absentee ballots. During a typical general election, they may process 25,000, but the demand early speaks volumes.
To have 15,000 at this point, that's a large volume.
The demand for absentee ballots is driven by the pandemic. There is some concern amongst voters and election officials whether the United States Post Office can handle the volume.
There is some concern. And so what we are encouraging voters to do is to flatten the curve. And what I mean by flattening the curve is to apply for an absentee ballot today. That way you're not positioning yourself to receive a ballot during the rush.
The election board will set up drop boxes for ballots at designated locations. Indiana election law requires a signed affidavit by the voter when the ballot is dropped off.
We are allowing voters to hand deliver their absentee ballots to all of our Election Day vote center locations, our early voting locations, and our election board offices.
Ballots for the general election have not been printed yet. Candidates can still be added or dropped from some races. The election board is also planning for a huge turnout for in-person voting. So they're looking for space such as the Convention Center or Lucas Oil Stadium to accommodate the surge in voters.
Election board staff has reached out to virtually all of those locations, and they are in discussions with having those locations serve as Election Day vote centers.
There's a couple of important dates that you need to write down. The last day to request an absentee ballot is October 22nd, and the last day to register to vote, if you want to participate in the election at all, the last day to register to vote is October 5th. Now, you can register to vote online if you have a valid state ID. And the Marion County Election Board still needs 1,000 people to help count all those ballots when they come in on Election Day. In downtown Indianapolis, Richard Essex, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.